to.
The resurgence for this team still has to begin on this second map. It would be their first map win in the tournament. So starting like this was such
Map
a
is
beautiful
fake,
play,
bro.
such a good
He hasn't been here in
read
years
from the side
or
of
months.
Fnatic, reinforcing Kayak not playing alone, getting that tail and reacting to it instantly. Clean round for them. We know that there's been some thrifties.
Just keep it clean, right? This has to be a really methodical build back up for RRQ. And Fnatic gonna make a bit of a wild play. Why not? You've only got classics.
Yeah,
It's the sheriff in the hands of Alpha that you've got to keep an eye on. And I do want to check it.
Oh my god, he didn't see
Actually,
anything.
didn't get the full information at all. A lot more players have slipped the net than they expected. You can see the
Oh my
surprise on
God.
their faces. Crazy guy, doesn't matter. Monyet looks lethal. Already flying back in here. They're dealing with it well. No
Wow.
threats to be found. As out for the last one alive.
That looks so fun, but
He's
like,
not in the action. You can see them trying to find a bit of stability, slowing it down. Now, at this point, they were still fine. They haven't lost out on too much. It was a couple of pistols here and there. But these remaining weapons, they'd love to keep. Alpha. Oh my god,
Imagine.
It's good on one, but it's not
Imagine.
good enough on the rest. RRQ pass the first test.
A lot of classics coming in from Fnatic, just that one sheriff. I think it's a very, very fair trade. This is also one of the reasons why we're so excited to get onto Haven, see Monyet on the duelist.
Lovely.
I expected a different one, but I'm going to take the Neon. If it means this kind of reaction, this being fast, being on the game,
Damn, dude.
all eyes on,
I'm
I am
hella tired.
so for
Fuck.
it.
But we
Wake
saw
up,
this
Tarek.
before, we saw this on Lotus. The first 2 rounds are picked up by RRQ, and they only ended up with 5
All right.
in the end. So,
Tarek, are you
this would
okay?
be
I'm looking
where
down. I'm
we
looking at my
start
phone,
to
bro. I
build
gotta
it.
stop
This
that. Okay,
would
I'm
be
focusing.
game on. You can see the early beginnings
I
of
need
the
to chill out.
Monyet looks hungry. Already starting to try and take
Unk
that
is
space,
tweaking.
puff out the chest a bit, but it's Kayak to win out this fight. So, backs away, job done. That's a tick in the box for him.
Still, Alpha here in position in case RRQ still wants to go for this A hit.
But I like the proactivity elsewhere on the map from Fnatic.
Good
too. This
bait,
mid
good
walk,
bait.
It's a bit audacious
Alpha?
in a 5v4. You don't need it necessarily, but I like it.
Backing up.
Jemkin, the one to be tested now. Is he up for it?
Good
He
clear,
is.
good clear.
Clears Kayak. This is good. This is heads up.
They already
work.
look more comfortable on
Now
this
they can
map,
pause
to be
for a
honest.
second. No, it's certainly not. They can pause. They can slow things down for a sec here. They have got a nice 4v4. They've now shown presence across the map. This keeps Fnatic wanting that back, but the freeze doesn't work. Crazy guy just maybe eyes off the prize for a moment and gets punished. This now encourages Xvero to go for his own wonder, but Alpha's no slouch in this. He's already on the case. Maybe not clean on the first attempt, but that does open up a chance for a trade. This now feels a
Crashes?
bit scrappy. Individual near on,
Wow.
but a clear sight is a clear sight. Kushi's done
Wait,
well on
they're
this.
actually heating up.
Tap
This
on
is
the spike,
bonus.
But Bosch is not going to disrespect
30
the dart. He's
seconds
going to
left.
wait it out a moment. Has to wait a couple more for Chronicle to get closer.
He's going to take a small peek, going to force out that drone. He's going to be spotted, but as you're saying, Chronicle's just joining the fight. 2v2 situation.
They heard
Hear
both.
the steps as well. Jemkin going to be blinded. Now it's game on. Kushi forced to swing. Punishes!
Wow.
It's dreamy from Kushi. Converting this bonus is everything they would have wanted here. After a shambles of a first map.
Nice
that
round by
is how you
Kushi.
start things off.
Love the patience that they've had working around the map, thinking about the tells that Fnatic could have if Kayak was going to have that presence on mid that he did not only show at the beginning of the round yesterday, but also in that position beneath the window, finding that kill, just forcing Fnatic to keep clearing. We know that they've been very insistent in keeping and retaking that A control. Kushi as well, seeing him on the Soba, he's been so good this tournament.
So good. A standout in what was a bleak beginning for RRQ. He
Half
was
five
the one
for
who picked
Fnatic.
up the pace. Speaking of
Big
pace,
bonus.
Monyet back to business.
Oh, both doing the smoke.
Fighting down long. And speaking of fights,
Ooh.
Boast has failed.
I
Here's
feel
there.
like
Jemkin all too aware.
they did their homework,
He
they should know
smokes
about
these
that smoke.
plays that Fnatic are making feel, I don't want to say readable, but similar, right? There's a lot of tape of Fnatic here. And someone I do
Yeah,
want
we've
to talk
seen
about
that.
in this round, unless it gets a bit messy, is Alpha. It's rare he underperforms. But
Yesterday he did not have a good Haven.
no, he did not. And even he was saying on his socials that he wasn't that happy about it. It's something that I want to see more from him on. We
Is
know the
Kayak a
potential is
replacement for
there.
Durka or
It's
just
rare
a
to see
step
him
in for
having an off
today?
game. This is a chance to make up for it, but a
Damn.
slowish start.
How long has it been,
2-3,
bro?
Not exactly the worst in the world, but again, you hold it to a high standard when you talk about the young wonder kid. But this round shouldn't be the one that they get too much of a fight back on. RRQ need to be able to handle their business here. I don't want to see silly mistakes.
Ooh. Would you consider that a silly mistake?
I mean, Kayak hitting that shot, it just feels like it's a Kayak moment. But in the meantime, what they've done is really good. They've taken control of this C site. They should be able to get into a good post plant here, and there shouldn't be too many worries.
Giving Jenkin that spike, so he's one away from his ultimate. That could definitely make the difference on the next round.
Jemkin is the one who's probably going to receive the vast majority of Fnatic's attention. First player swings off the back of the clone, but now Monyet there to support, slows down the tempo. Crazy Guy going to try and disconnect away towards long as well. Time being bought here.
Retake's impossible, no?
Kayak on the flank now.
They're already
with
playing
that
post-time
stinger.
long.
And it is Stingers though. You can see the range being held by Xfero as well. He wants to keep it at arm's length. Having a little bit of a back and forth, but again for Kayak it's... Oh! Okay,
Wow.
that's a shot. But Jemkin quells that threat. Down to the 3v3, but time is going to start ticking here. They still have the smoke towards the spike. He's still got one. Yeah! Beaming him down! This guy's aim is nothing to be underestimated as Chronicle is a formality.
Wait, you guys did it without me telling you.
Are here to play.
Wait, he died though. Wait, he died. No,
in the
no, no,
score right
no.
now.
He died to him.
RQ
Damn,
with
you guys
three
got
very
baited hard. I'm not
important
gonna lie.
ultimates for what could be
You didn't
one
even
of the
die to the
rounds
bomb.
that
It was almost
defines
flawless.
this half.
Damn, you guys
Fnatic
got baited so hard.
on track and to get some money in. But if Monia and Jenkin keep finding the effect that they are, same goes for Cushy.
We're back, boys. Let's play the game.
They could actually be very back.
I don't disagree. You're starting to see them firing
Let's
as well.
play
Like,
the
you see
game.
individuals.
In the way that you're doing it.
And
yeah.
look at the ults as well. Near on snowball round now. An operator for Boaster. It's not
13
gonna be,
0 chance
I
is
mean, if
crazy.
they've done their homework, it wouldn't be a surprise to see it in his hands either. Normally sits towards that B side, top side. Gets that nice deep line to play with.
Constant fight for A, but Kaya gives
Is
up
this
very, very
elimination?
quickly.
Yes, it is.
He doesn't want to go up against Monia and Chemkin, not in this state.
Again, just trying to keep Fnatic making these kind of very hard
What's
calls,
the eat?
right? A lot of
I don't
question marks on
know.
that.
I just had soup.
That's a
Should
good
I
audio
order
cue
noodles
from
again?
Monyet. If they're aware that generally this play tucked maybe towards sewers, hearing them already back away is pretty good. And I don't think the outdrone actually managed to press that corner. But Monyet's got two players to deal with. Kayak wants the information. Monyet wants to fight. He wants blood, and he's going to only get his own left on the floor here. Nice
Damn.
follow up from Kayak as well. It's clean. The spike does go down. That's a big bit of info, but pressure on the C site as well. I'm a little bit baffled by this one. Jemkin almost over-succeeding here, pulling the players away, and now they want to make the most of that.
4v3, Boaster now peeking onto C with that operator.
Ooh, Kron, that was kind of nasty. Boaster, shot goes astray. Thought that was his all day not to be.
2v4.
But a 2v4 Bayer, these are the rounds that can break the spirits if you lose them.
Cage triggered.
How can
Spike
they...
is going to go down.
Jemkin goes walking. I quite like this. He's got to get proactive. They need to get a kill.
timing!
Yeah, he's been spotted. This would be a miracle if he even survives. He does get down Kron. That's still valuable damage, but a very heads-up jump spot from Crashies. Noting out Xfero. Swings in.
Nice
Can't deal with it.
Good use there.
Fnatic re-clear the site. 3 stay standing.
Yeah, Boaster, a couple of operator
How much
shots,
do I
no
tip my
kills.
driver
Maybe
that delivers
just
my
give
food?
it
I
back.
buy them
Just
houses.
give it to Kayak.
Each driver
and
just gets
speaking
a
about
house.
Kayak, him finding
people
2 in
deserve
almost
the
all
world.
of the rounds was something that we saw
The
yesterday.
people
and
delivering
apparently
the food, the
we
people
are
making
going
the
to see
food,
today.
they
On the
deserve
side
the
of
world.
RRQ,
So I buy them
expected
houses.
Jenkin to go with his ultimate, with a TP out, something that I have seen him done in the past multiple times. Gather the information on one side of the map. If you do not like it, you go
All right,
back,
Fnatic's in.
rearrange with the rest of your
Fnatic
team,
is in.
and just go on a very hard execute somewhere else in the map. Fnatic, they find their footing a little bit just for this round.
Now, historically, Alpha, when you're talking numerics with his ultimate, was very, very good. He seemed to always get that. But it has not been a good couple of days for him. He's had a hard couple of performances as of late here. Again, this became the Fnatic comp, right? So people started to read into it well. How do RRQ...
Chat, would it be weird if I called you guys
got
twin?
his as well to throw into the mix. Player spotted.
Because they
Monyet on
say
the
that
hunt.
chat
This guy
is a
so
reflection of the
bloodthirsty, I
streamer's
love it.
personality.
Sheer aggression. And it doesn't look like he's particularly stopping either. He is off to the races.
He didn't clear it.
Oh,
Wow. Xfero again. Again.
Bounding into the site. Crashies left isolated. He's in trouble because look who's hunting him down. Does well on one, but it doesn't matter. Oh my God, this is unreal. And then again, Boaster needs to start landing these. He's got to start landing these because Cushy's just
Damn, this
taking
is
away
actually falling
Kayak.
apart.
It's time to save. You're going to be walking away with that.
You have to. 100 credits. in the
J-Man,
bank
you want a
for him.
tip? I got a tip for you.
The tempo that RRQ are playing with is just gorgeous, Bayer. I love this.
But it is so necessary for them. They've been struggling so much
There he
dealing
is.
with Kayak. Boaster is going to go down. 4 alive for the side of RRQ, back on the board with that 5-1. But as I was saying, they've been struggling so much with that A control. They're like, you want to fight?
Let's
you
go.
sure you want to fight?
Yeah.
Okay, let's freaking go. We have 2 duelists. All of
That
them
guy clears his
Alpha not
corners.
shooting when he saw Monia walking in, just trying to work with that trigger discipline. We see all of the tells.
And I have to point out Xfero here. For me, yes, obviously, Monyet looks super explosive, exciting, taking the space, all of this sort of stuff, yes. But Xfero is still checking that
Am I
cover,
feeling better?
still checking that corner. Great
He's that second
spacing.
layer, right?
Yes.
Money is nothing without him.
Correct. And that great spacing, even clearing back towards quad as well. It's so nice seeing this. It feels like they've suddenly got confidence after a
Came up on
run
map?
that felt
Oh, maybe.
lacking, I think is the best, fairest way to put it. But this is the team that scares people, right? They can shoot so damn well. Jemkin's on 8-1. Easy to miss when you've got Monyet flying into the site.
Totally.
But this guy is right there. It's cost Fnatic an early time out here. Round 7, they think, right, coming into this, we kind of need to slow the roll. We've got a bit of a weird buy, but we've got plenty of ults.
Exactly. They're going to have 4 ultimates to use. Boaster's also 1 away from his, so it could be a full bingo for them with the ultimates, as we're saying. Buy is going to be not the best.
The way you drink
but
water is so
many
tough,
things
Twin.
that they
Chill,
can
bro. I'm
do.
not gifting you
We
a
saw
sub.
it in the past. What we also see is a judge in the hands of Monyet.
This guy glazing too
and
hard
with
now.
how fast
Yep.
he's been entering onto every single one of the sides. I'd be very scared. This is giving Jing. This is giving Jing with the
Jing
race
energy?
and the god.
Oh, wait, no. Has he
Disgusting.
gone for the stinger instead?
No.
Half.
Devastating.
Actually, no, it's eco for Fnatic.
Okay,
2
but
Guardians,
clutch
though.
one.
Oh,
Make it
I
hurt.
thought of Heretics for a second. Sorry.
Make this hurt. RRQ, you had a rough map one. Show us who you are. Show us why you had that first place in APAC. Show us why people were eyeing up Jemkin like he was the second coming of Christ. This guy was everything to them, and I like this change. Again, this early kind of expectation, right? They've set this idea. There's going to be pressure. There's going to be a lot of players behind it. And Fnatic have reacted as they feel as though they should. They put 5 players to this. And all the meanwhile,
He saw the trip.
middle. They're already in the door. RRQ getting that
What a
farm
fake.
down. Fnatic are being out-called on this.
Spike planted.
Spike's gonna go down. A lot of noise from Monyet. Nothing is going to
Twin,
be
you gotta
spotted.
focus on the game.
And all the positions from RRQ. Cushy already taking control of that garage, clearing it out with the drone. The paranoia not going to hit.
Nice shot.
Crushes is going to hit on Pharaoh.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
That's don't make
Okay.
Boaster jealous.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
But
Forgot
there's
he's
still a
taken.
post plant, right? There's still a post plant here that is going to be hard to break because of the time. You can hear it. The clock's already ticking. So it's going to be down to the wire. And Monyet will happily invest the ult if it means the round's secured. And he's just going to go nuclear. Look at him farming them up, dropping
Nice
the bodies
try.
until Crash is denied. But this is round 1. Again, I love what we are seeing. RRQ playing with the conditioning. They know that Monyet's been in there.
Some of you got it.
They know that they've had to try and deal with him. And they punish
I guess
this
that's
here.
Yeah,
justified.
especially with a lower buy, a force kind of, to getting a couple of rifles in, having this response, as you're saying, putting in Monyet, making all that noise, using all of that utility, but especially in this later
Hate
moment,
from Brazil, adds
we
hurt.
see Monyet getting
Love
the kills.
from
Yes,
US.
wouldn't be anything without
At
the Cushy using
whoever said that.
the recon, without Crazy Guy. Like, there's so many things going on to why this was such a good round for RRQ.
And they can't stop those.
Still,
you can't.
full bingo, full house.
Come
from the
to
side
Sao
of the Ultimates
Paulo.
of Fnatic. We
You
saw
want
that
the
the round
picanha?
on the attack that RRQ got on Lotus was with all of those ultimates.
Hold on. Just wait and see if anyone would dare disrespect that smoke. You can see the temptation for it. Yeah, they're going for it. And it's all a ruse. They're going to leave Xfero out here. That's fine. Backline player, and all in the meantime, they're building towards C. It's a win out for Boaster, though.
Guys,
Punching
I
Xfero
recently
with the
found
C
out
site now
Chupa Mi
open.
Culo does
You're
not
looking
mean
at
how's the
likes of
weather.
Chronicle over on this side. He does have support from Kayak. They've got plenty
fucking
of ults to play with
devastating.
if they feel like they need this still. A lot to be utilized. Into the post plant, we look at the utility. Monyet still got plenty. Jemkin still with a bit. Crazy Guy has the full house basically in place, so a lot to be done here. And this
Moni is key.
position could be everything. Timing, patience, pays with one. He gets the info on the others. They now need to ready themselves for what's coming. Spots out the player and gets the kill. Jemkin's done well. Layers to this though. Cushy's still going to be in position for this. They can't make the most of this ult coming out from Kayak. They've been denied this. Cushy's
Wow.
in trouble though. Overwhelmed by Kron. And now down to 2. Jemkin and Crazy Guy, can you hold on to this up against the 3 of Fnatic? Defuse started. Denied the first player peeking, but the defuse is coming in. They can't take him away from it.
Ooh, nice try. Good retake.
Fnatic finally manages to get a round on the board. We said that those ultimates were going to
Viva
be
la
important right at the
vida.
beginning of the
Viva
round.
la vida.
She's trying to create some conditioning for it.
Long
I have
live
to say,
life.
The Booster don't have a weapon because he got a kill with the classic. I don't know if he ran out of bullets.
Whose smoke is that?
It wouldn't be
Joe,
the
the
first
paranoia.
time.
Wait, the Omen smoke filled the one way?
Or
Still,
armor or anything.
such a good round. I think
Oh
that at some
my
point,
goodness.
Still got a little bit of that face of that disjointed Fnatic.
Crazy guy.
They've been so good on this
Crazy
retake.
But it
fucking
did come
guy.
down to a 1v1 with 3 ults
Yeah.
invested, right?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
still, if you're looking at it just kind of bigger picture, I wouldn't say it's even bad for RRQ.
Alpha needs to ult, get a kill, go back on the board if Fnatic wants to bring this back.
And they are avoiding that A side of the map. They don't fancy it this time, at least not early. Glance towards B. And a patient Kayak waiting for any pixel to show, but speaking of patience,
Oh,
Jesus,
both sides
that was
trying to get a
quick.
read. Yeah, it was. I like this though. A change of pace, a gear shift from RRQ. They do have this ult to bank on. Util being cleared. Chronicle just trying to drift in behind that though. So they've got to be quick on their toes if they want to try and punish it, and he doesn't. Doesn't swing the window by any means. Backside now controlled, and they're going to get the farm from this.
I'm surprised that Alpha does not stop that from happening. He lives his ultimate, that kill contract for the retake, trying to get someone out of the fight.
I wonder what's the
X, they are
best
waiting way
utilization
behind,
of ISO ults
expecting
in pro
Fnatic to,
play.
again, push through A.
Well, they
Like
have
in
been
this
punishing those
post
flanks
plant,
a
is it
lot.
gonna
Right?
be
The amount of
helpful to
times you see a player
ISO ults
behind,
and
but
make
this
it a
mostly is gonna go
4v5
through
or
CT,
4v4 retake?
Through Garage, there's that ult, and there's
Yeah,
the
so
catch.
he
Jemkin
is.
taken. In the meantime, the Paranoia then pushed in. You can see Monyet picking up the space. And the 1v1 is not won by Alpha against the odds. Monyet cleared backside, but then Jemkin.
Oh my god, the guy that killed Alpha got 2
That's
more.
the player we've been
Oh
waiting
my
to see.
god.
That is the Jenkin that we were
Maybe we
promised,
shouldn't
and
have
it's
ISO ult,
finally
fuck it.
arrived in Toronto. 7 on the board for RRQ, looking like a renovated and different team on this Haven.
They look revitalized, Bayer. This looks like confidence. This looks like the team we wanted. They
It
are
was
taking
Jemkin.
Fnatic to a map 3 if it keeps on at this
Jemkin
pace.
They
killed
needed to believe in themselves. They
Alpha.
needed to believe they deserved that top seed. That they could do such things against a team like Fnatic. This composition for
He's
them
16
has
and
been
2,
stolen
bro.
and tried out by
What was
many
that
teams.
one guy in
of
Tier
them
2 NA
is
who
that,
had
so they know
55 kills
exactly
on
what your
Haven?
weaknesses are.
Paint. He's having a paint half.
And
Yeah.
again, in my mind, that makes the problem for Alpha
Jenkin is
worse.
16 and 2.
Yes, he's absolutely nailing this. And this is now compounding issues for Alpha. The confidence.
What did
won't
that guy
be there.
do,
The ult
Paint?
didn't
He
go
had
well.
30
Everyone
kills
felt
in
like
one
he was
half,
hesitant
right?
To invest it. But
Is that what he
mid-walk
did?
is their
Paint
reaction.
had 30 in one half.
Not
What
gonna
round are we
connect,
on?
a little
10?
Close, but not close enough. Gonna
If
try
he
and
gets
prop
2
up Alpha,
aces,
play him into
3
this.
aces, 15 kills.
But
He
again,
has to ace
RRQ
every
no
round the
slouches.
next 3
They're gonna go
rounds,
through
and he'll get the same
the
thing as Paint.
checklist.
Yep.
If he gets 3 aces in a
Shouldn't
row
be making
here, he
errors.
can
They
hit
can
it.
take their time here. They don't have to play at the tempo that Fnatic would want.
Fnatic, of course, money's not the best. Too many rounds on the side of RRQ. Taking their time, and Alpha is trying to go for time in here.
Oh no.
Crazy guy going to be the end of this round for him.
Yeah, this is exactly what
Paint did it
RRQ
in
were
10
dreaming
rounds.
of.
That's crazy.
Played in well with the curiosity of the Fnatic players, and also probably just Alpha wanting to feel like he can get into this game. 3-9 is a quiet game from him.
I think he must have felt a little bit, you know, unlucky when he got on the ult, and it was like, oh, is the guy that is 13 and 2? Oh. Ooh.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Please.
I think he needed that for confidence.
Yes.
And RRQ just walking
30 seconds left.
onto A.
Yeah, this is just beautiful to witness.
Just pass it by.
Really solid. I normally would get a bit nervous around this time just because it does get a bit late here. There's always a chance it could go
enemy
wrong.
remaining.
As the way they're playing, I don't have that much fear. And that's why RRQ continue
They
their
look really
path
strong
in.
on this map, I'm not gonna
8-2
lie.
Fnatic
I think we're going map 3,
floundering
chat.
under the
I'm not
pressure
gonna
of
lie,
this.
Fnatic is not
Really
out the
upset
park yet.
potential in the making.
I don't know what Ascent will look like, but I think we're going there.
RRQ knew what they were doing, choosing this map. They knew the Fnatic played it yesterday. They saw
Not
no,
jinxing, not jinxing.
surprises in the picks. They said, ooh, we know this song. We know where we can fight you, and we know what to stop it. We know where we've struggled against.
Good job, guys.
And just like we saw
That's it.
on map number 1, Fnatic are now requesting their second timeout. Of course, in map 1, it was RRQ using
Yes.
both of them in that first half. But with a couple of rounds left on the attack, they need to get something else on the board. We're speaking about, what was it, the one after Pistol and Eco, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then we had, no, it was after, because they won the bonus. It's coming
you're
back to
right.
me. But there's been rounds with a lot of utility invested, a lot of
3
ultimates,
ults.
very expensive ones,
Yes.
and never in
Fnatic.
comfort. We're speaking about a Fnatic that was going from flawless to flawless in Lotus, and that right now RRQ are defining this haven.
Why do I
This
sound
double
down, bro?
duelist
I'm just
champion
sick,
is
man.
back online.
I think I'm getting
and just
sick
following
and
him is Monier.
yeah, that's basically the big thing.
Oh, I want a big cheese.
Go
dude.
Valorant
I don't know
sign.
what a big cheese is. Should I say that?
I don't know either. I wasn't going to
I
bring
love
attention
cheese.
to it. I was just going to say that, honestly, and I'm not even trying to, have it up to the crowd, so I'm not going to yell it, so maybe they won't even really notice, but the Toronto crowd's kind of been sick.
Yes.
They've actually kind of been, they just cheer for good Valorant, which is rare. I like that. Big fan.
They remind me a lot of the Japan
That's a
ones.
nice spray, yeah?
Ooh,
It
good
was
shout.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, glazing over. Time to focus.
I got
Fnatic,
meet and greet in a week.
let's
Lock
see if you
in.
can recover anything these last couple of rounds, right? And again, though, in
Hey,
this
anyone here
moment
pulling up
for
to my
RRQ,
meet
they
and
can flip
greet?
the script themselves,
Can
right?
you
They
bring
come
me,
back into
like,
this, yeah, nice time out, guys. Anyway, we're going to just change
chocolate?
things up. Good luck. Now,
Wrapped up, though.
it's going towards C. Chronicle is deep within enemy territory, and he is
Package.
dead. Bye-bye. Monyet back to the side. He did actually get Jemkin down. which is
Your
wild.
favorite chocolate.
Hold on. Ooh, I thought that was on the money. It
That,
wasn't the
but if you
second
can,
time.
it's great. If
The
you
Blonde's
can't, it's all
coming in
good.
now. Garage pressure probably from Alpha coming in soon, but Monyet's doing wonders.
You can't bring it
Didn't
to the
even catch
venue?
that
Fuck.
But for now, you look at what they've got in the post plant. Still got that paranoia. Still got a lot to play with here. And Alpha's got to
Trying
be
to
an
sneak it in
instigator.
for me
We've
if
got
you're
to
a
see
real
the
one?
man, the Wonder Kid himself. He needs to make an appearance. And it looks like RRQ trying to bolster the numbers on the site, and here he goes. Alpha strides in, kicks down the door.
I'm
Couldn't
kidding,
get
I'm
the
kidding.
second. Crazy Guy denies now. Boaster fills the space. Pressure from CT. Looking to try and close the net together, though. It's not working out when Monyet is doing these sort of things.
RRQ are heating up, bro.
Defying expectations now. Keeping Fnatic on only
What's
2
the
rounds.
best
I
chocolate?
absolutely
Dubai
love that
chocolate?
out
What's
of
the
the
best?
2 timeouts that we've seen this half, we see such curated rounds for the side of RRQ. Again, just being very, very fast on the execute. On the other
Cadbury.
side, we see an Alpha that is not hitting the shots. It
Kinder.
doesn't matter that he has a shield to go with. We see an
Dove.
RRQ that is hitting
Coffee
everything. And it
crisp.
didn't even matter that Jemkin went
Holy
down at the beginning of
fuck.
the round.
And now
You know
it's,
what's
it's
good?
not
The
an
Ferrero
over game,
Rochers
right?
are
It's still
good.
not even an over
Those are
half,
good,
but
no?
I do start
Ferreros?
considering map 3, and a loss like this
Who are you?
weighs heavy, right? We have to talk about the mental effect this could
Lens
have
is
on
good too.
Fnatic, even after you
The
throw
little
in
chocolate
what
balls,
happened
they fucking
in
explode.
game 1 they played. But back to what was working, Monyet on a run. Tries to keep the tempo high here, sets an expectation, and they bite on the bait. Look at them, 4 players. They're quick to react, though. They've decided, yeah, there's nothing behind that. We've cleared it. I like this late pressure through Sewer as well.
Kit
That
Kat?
could potentially catch him. No. Monyet
Yeah, I
wins
mean, I
that fight.
guess.
Boaster goes
I don't
down.
know.
On towards C. They want to try and take the fight on this. And look who's winning it. RRQ demolishing Fnatic. Kron trying to hold some space here. Ball's
Nah.
not in, but it doesn't seem to matter.
You know what the
as it's only
good one is? The
Crashes
coconut
alive.
chocolate.
In a
What the fuck is that shit called? The coconut
1v4.
chocolate.
Oh, this
The
is
coconut chocolate is
outstanding
fire.
from RRQ.
A 10
Bouncy.
to 2 half. We were
Bouncy. I haven't
speaking
had that
about
motherfucker in a
how
minute.
good Fnatic
Them
was
bounties be hitting
after
diff.
a 9-3 on Lotus.
Speaking of
but
acronyms.
a 10-2 with Fnatic looking so lost for answers. Let's see if they can change things up in the second half.
You guys don't like the bouncies?
It's over.
Bouncy, the paper towel brands? Never mind, bro.
Esports is a $2 billion industry now, but it
Never mind, bro. Fuck it. You guys like Central C or no? Oh, was it Bouncy or Almond Joy? Or is that the same?
Put in the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. Back then when I was so lit, now I'm lit, they're pissed.
Nah. I don't know which one it was.
That bees, they curved the kid back then when I was so lit. Now I'm lit, they're pissed. Told bro,
Ain't no
now you
Bouncy.
gotta take it slow, but he knows try and pay so he won't go lynch. We're 3 for 3, now 6 for 6. Put in the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips. Shit, they talking shit and it made me sick. I said fuck school and it made me rich. We did sell crack on the 80s thing.
Yo,
the jinx on-
has anyone ever had that I was trying to think of the name of it. I don't know what it's called. It's a little drink. You get it at the deli. It's like it's the shape of a grenade. It comes in different colors, red, blue, green. It's like maybe like 50 cents, 25 cents. There's aluminum foil on the top. You peel it off. Hugs. Is that the name of that?
All compounds, Bayer. It all becomes a little too real, and those echoes of Shanghai get closer and closer. We get
Also,
ourselves
it's
ready for
fucking
the second
pretty good.
half, but this is starting to feel like the tempo is
Derek,
shifting.
please don't eat anything
as we
people
can
give
see
you,
by
whether
the
it's wrapped or
Coinbase
not. People are
econ
crazy, better
report,
not risk it.
Champion is
LMFAO like it's
on
cute
one.
until it's not.
We were saying
YK.
that about Chronicle on the previous
True.
map,
Never
but
mind.
Fnatic
Anyone
are
that brings
finding today
chocolate
the
and sneaks it
worst
into the
fear.
venue to
The
my meet and
form
greet,
that
you'll be
RRQ
escorted out by security.
proved to have in
So
Pacific.
hopefully the people
They're
that were planning
showing
on
it
bringing
today. They're
chocolate are still
showing it
here.
in this
If you bring
second
chocolate,
map.
we will
They
escort
are
you out with
not
security.
defeated after that first Lotus. And a map that has always been so good for Fnatic is about to take them onto somewhere they might not be as comfortable.
Yeah, we don't know yet. That is into the dark, but it's not over. 2 rounds isn't a lot,
Why?
though. It takes one mistake,
It
one
ain't.
snowball round, one all ultimates online.
And with
or-
the pistols have been going, Lauren.
Motherfucker will eat a chocolate and wake up in Thailand. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What kind of movies you watching,
J
J-Nam, bro? You're
round. Look at the
some
score.
crazy guy,
Look at
man.
the state of those two. Absolute monsters. We go into the second half now, and it is going to be sweaty palms for Fnatic here. They need a pistol, and that's not how you
What do they say
start
in
it.
the EU? Squeaky bum time?
Yeah, Alpha cannot seem to connect on this Haven. And him going first with that Sheriff. I'll find him out. He's about to buy as well.
Well, the start of the end, potentially. As we wait, look at the presence on this side. 4 players for RRQ, all here. With that smoke going in, they feel confident in the hole. They know where they are. The paranoia divine. It divides the approach, but actually Chronicle 6... Hello? Hello? Sorry, how is Cushy alive? And how did
My
Fnatic
God.
just win that fight?
One
They had
enemy
no
remaining.
right to be able to
Oh
do
my
this.
god.
Somehow walking in towards A, deep in enemy hands, and they walk out with players'
Spike
advantage. Xfero has a mountain to climb. Right, left, center, just about every position.
guy clears
all
every corner.
complementary. How do you try and divide that? You don't. Chronicle had a round when they really had
What
no
the
right.
helly?
Yeah, Chronicle, brilliant on
What
that first
happened
map.
right there?
And a round that, of course, Fnatic needed. If they want to even make this competitive, of course, it had to start in the pistol. Lauren, they've gotten pistols before. We know what happens on that second one. Maybe that overconfidence. Even though this corner wasn't checked and it meant the death for Kayak, it's a round that goes in Fnatic's favor. And that is something that they haven't heard in a while.
It's been a drought.
So hopefully they can
Nice,
keep their
boys.
head in the
All right,
game.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on.
He needs a bit of it, old boaster, given the
Revealing area.
battle cry here. But
Oh.
what a shot from Kayak.
You cannot doubt in second round if there is even one rifle, it has to go to Kayak.
Yeah, this guy is monstrous in his work. And Crashy's concise as ever.
Potential?
Plays it well. No loose threads being found here.
I like that. You use the second round, you've gotten that opener, you go and farm some orbs, thinking about the length that this path could
Oh
have.
god, oh god, oh
Oh
god,
my.
what are we doing? What are we doing? Stop faffing about. What are we doing? Okay, thank you, Alpha. Thank you for remembering who you are. Bloody hell. I didn't love seeing that, Bayer. That made me get nervous.
Chronicle just going to be on the
I don't
half.
know where High Pock is. Did we get an
Sorry.
answer on that? Did someone say you missed his
And now
flight or
Alpha is going
is
to be
sick
the
or
one
something?
farming his ultimate. The spike can be planted anytime. And Crazy Guy's just wandering around with his classic on the other side of the map.
Yeah, so plant in play. Alpha going to get a lot of farm for that. And again, you're looking at him getting close to that ult. Gonna need to see
These
him do
dates
probably
tomorrow,
better
you
than the
in? Oh
first
my
half.
God, no, I can't do
Which,
shit.
again,
I'm
you've gotta
flying
feel
in a
like there
couple
will be
days,
a
but I'm
lot
not
of
ready to
attack for him if He
fly.
can just get himself activated here, and he needs a farming round, right? Get the confidence building. And normally we wouldn't have that discussion, but a couple of bad maps can certainly make those issues occur.
Got my one.
Now, overall, bigger picture, Fnatic would be happy with that.
Hey, calm down, bro.
The rifle there, they're trying to get, but celebrating is also important. Now, on the previous half,
I need
we
bone
saw
broth.
RRQ getting that bonus as well. Thank God that Alpha didn't go down here because I think that that would have messed with his confidence massively. But again, Fnatic, they're no stranger to a comeback. I think to me it
Bro
starts
got
in the
rich,
bonus
but
round.
at the
I know that
cost
they're
of his
comfortable
freedom.
when the scores, he hits 11,
Sure.
but for them, I think confidence-wise as well, for the rest of the tournament, it goes over there. And for the side of RRQ, you want to continue here. You want to go to that third map. You
Am I
already
not
proved
free?
it on the first half.
Yes.
I'm free.
Again, they don't need to overly hurry this RRQ. I don't want to make see them making kind of not silly investments, I guess, but they don't need to overplay their hand. They've got plenty of rounds
Free
to
and
play
ranked,
with
maybe.
here.
Good one, actually.
See them keep
No
some
joke, good one.
composure. Yes,
Someone said
Fnatic,
free and ranked, maybe.
always solid in this. They'll always give you a fight back. You know, there is caliber to this team for a reason. And a nice attempt there from
Go
Kayak,
cook
but
my
forced
shit.
away. Now,
Oh my
RRQ
God.
with a clear sight. They now know it's a deeper offsite post plant. How do they manage this one? Oh, that's certainly not going to help things. Sorry.
Am I watching
Crazy
G2?
Someone stop it confusing! RRQ! Shut
Crazy
up,
guy.
Fnatic!
If there was a
Five against
guy.
them, they steal the
Oh
defuse.
my God.
Everybody just put in their bodies.
Crazy
in
guy
front
with the
of
1v5
the diffuser.
ninja.
A Red Bull clutch.
Not really a
for the
ninja,
side
but
of RRQ. All the kills
What
are
do you
going
call
to
that?
be there, but of course that is the 11
Look at this.
of them.
Look at this. Like, well, you know, you watch this round to this point, you're like, nah, it's fine. Wait.
he 1v5.
Crazy guy, oh
It's
my
like the feet and everything.
But it's so selfless, as said, just diving
Wait,
in front of him.
wait,
Ready to
why are we
die
showing
for
the-
cause.
Yeah, did they
RRQ
realize that Fnatic
make
lost
it
that
up to
round?
11, and
What's
Fnatic
happening?
will be reeling from that. Devastating, but a costly round, of course. Xvero takes a moment
Nah, it's a paid actor,
to
dude.
get out of
It's one of Fnatic's
what
paid
could've been
actors.
danger
Has
there
no
for
He
idea
will
what's
never wait
happening. He's
again,
just
I'll tell you
cheering.
Look at the position also for Moniet. Speaking about how Fnatic wanted to fight that A side, it's just him with all this space. He's going to find a lot of friends very soon.
Wait,
How much does he get?
he 1v5s.
The danger on the first half, and now he's got a lot of players, and he can't get past the first hurdle. Kayak with a good clear, keeping Fnatic on the warpath. And a re-clear towards middle as Chronicle is waiting. Very good read from Kron.
Where is everyone hiding?
Great impression. And this should be the slam dunk now, really. No surprises for Crazy Guy, and Kron. Good tag as well towards Xvero.
Having the position in both of
Good,
the
good,
players.
good, 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 good,
Think about how
good, good.
Crazy Guy and Xero, well, most of the people for RRQ, even though they were able to get that round, hold on. Okay.
standing.
The economy wasn't the best, so getting the kills here is also very important for Fnatic. Remove those rifles.
Yeah, and even in the loss, obviously 5 of them were
You guys are
alive, so
trolls
they
with
get
the
to build
hold.
their finances pretty
Anytime there's a
substantially
post
throughout
plan
these
with
last
like 1 or
couple
2
rounds.
guys left, hold.
That Judge, not really gonna be brought in. Crash is gonna catch him. And it's a step back now for Fnatic, slowly taking the walk.
Very important as well to have Chronicle getting those 2 kills on mid. But he saw them. I think it was Jenkin with pushing with the... Was it an overheat or was it a Vandal?
Wait, you know what we should do, chat? It's hold.
See?
And then
Oh,
if
never mind. We're not.
they don't die to the spike, we go ooh.
Prius on the replay is crazy.
But if they die, we question mark. So if they don't die to the
Now,
spike,
we've
you
got
go ooh.
classics, right? So it's just weather the storm here. It's that slow build.
So we
back,
hold
right?
for- to
Again,
wait and
normally I'd say
see,
you
and then
wouldn't
if
get
no
many
one dies
rounds
to spike,
against
we go
Fnatic
ooh.
like they did in
We'll
the,
try it out. We'll try it out
third.
once. Try it out
You're
once.
gonna have to do it
Let's
the
try it out
hard way
once.
now. Fnatic start
We'll try it out
just
once. Let's wait for the next
rebuilding, and
one.
It's a lot off the back of, I've got to say as well, Chronicle, he's doing very well. Crashies too, having very good performances here. It's not your big dogs really though. Kayak and Alpha haven't been, you know, 1v5ing rounds like we've seen before. It's been somewhat average from them, which is surprising when their average is normally excellent. But Kayak, he heard it. He fancies getting back into this. Plays Crazy Guy. But this round isn't one that I'm all
I mean,
that
this match
mindful
is,
of. It
yeah, I
just
mean, this map
classics.
has been
And for Fnatic, as
one-sided.
long as
Now
they
they're
don't,
taking
you
turns
know,
kicking
forget
each other's
to kill
ass.
the person defusing the spike, they should be fine.
This
It's
is
like a
also very
superhero
important,
movie,
right?
no?
They're clearing the rest of the site. Yes, there are 3 players alive, but you want your finances to be as clean as possible. Yes, the bank is wonderful for them. But again, if they want to close this in the second map, they're going to need way, way more rounds. RQ just, you know, trying to find something, but probably just waiting to die to the spike. Those ultimates already building up. Kushi also, one of the players
this
that we were
might just be
highlighting.
a
I
question
really
mark.
want to see his development on this second half, especially for Sova, so close to his ultimate as well. I don't want him just
Hold.
as a support player. I think that he
Hold.
has so much more to
Hold.
give
Yeah,
to this
I'm
RQ
Hold.
roster.
very much
Hold.
with
No,
Hold.
it's a cute shot.
you. And Jar looks very suspect. Kayak, though.
Hold.
I thought he got the second.
Hold.
I was about to take my headset off.
Now's your time.
It's all good in the end, though, but the ults have been farmed. You got to look towards it. Kayak's got his. Alpha's got his. Crashy's only 2
I see a couple
away.
oohs in
Both
there.
still.
Those guys did not get the
Got a
memo.
lot of them building
So
here.
everyone that's
Now on the
oohing,
other side for RRQ,
you have to go back into the
this
VOD,
is a
I think.
big purchase for them, Thea, and they are just on that verge now where this becomes a potential turnaround for
Exactly.
Fnatic.
I mean, if RRQ is to lose the next round, it's time to call a timeout. First of all. Because he would be a 5-1 in the half for the side of Fnatic.
Why do I feel like Fnatic actually
Jenkins
flew
on
out
that
like 10
operator.
fans from
Needs to
EU?
cover out from B.
Cutting through.
What's the look from Fnatic to begin with? It looks like an early fight towards A. Chronicle, normally a safe pair of hands, though. I don't see him making
I'm so
many
curious
errors.
how many
Kayak
motherfuckers in this
quickly
chat have actually
clearing
played
that
the
C
game.
site.
Over there.
Breaking that utility. Spots the camera, spots the trip.
Good choices. These are all the right choices thus far, right? They've managed to navigate away from most of the threats. Clean plant, deep post plant as well with a lot of ults to bank on. This is very, very good thus far.
Same
Okay,
as
that's a big
Sex,
round.
Chronicle has to be in the back. Probably finding Moniat fairly soon.
This retake
Breaks the
means
trip.
so much to RRQ. A tag could be lethal
Dumped it.
now.
Okay.
And into the site. Paranoia going to find Boaster. Going to get himself out of dodge, but that's 3 players now pushing back in, and Kayak misses his opportunity. Backs away towards Long, and now Hunter's Fury layered on top. They're all now literally shooting fish in a barrel. It's a very clear
the bomb.
straight shot defuse! It's been happening again! How are we seeing this again? Get me that on the replay. How the hell have RRQ stolen away another round?
Just defuse spike and win round?
If it ain't
Forehead?
broke, don't change it.
True.
It worked for RRQ 5v5 retake. And just by that ultimate, forcing players out. Fnatic thinking that they had what it takes, that maybe that Alpha was going to remove the player defused in the spike. Where the 2 rounds that they've lost this half have been those sneaky diffuses.
What the hell is
gods
going on?
Light.
The gods are smiling on RRQ today.
You
but
have
they
to.
have to get across the finish line, right? This is all lovely stuff. They still need to land that final round. Now,
So what
Fnatic
the
still
hell
have
is so
finances,
troll?
because most of the time they've lost the round when there's like 3 of them alive. So
Bro, I want a game 3. It's
for
out of
now,
our
they
hands,
can
bro. We're
still
going
get this
game 3.
purchase. They still have Crashy's ult, but they need to stick the landing.
So good for RRQ to save the distances in the previous round, something that they also are doing.
When is Rumi Rumble
in
round
this
2?
one. Of
Tuesday,
course,
NBA.
Monia is the exception.
Jemkin, you absolute beauty. Now they start firing back. Insult to injury.
Who should I main, like
salt to the
KD?
wound. Alpha trying to play up some space here, take something away. Crashes does well, Jemkin goes down.
Bro, Kyrie
trying to secure
Irving.
this plant, trying to play for a bit of safety, but they're surrounded. Kayak going to try and find it out, but Xfera going to find him. Trades out effectively. Alpha,
GG.
1v3, it's going to happen. It's match 3, baby. 13-6. RRQ turns the hell up.
This is the RRQ that we were promised we were going to get in Toronto. That first
They both